नित्यानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं तद्गुरुं तं ॐ ह्रां ह्रौं शिवाय नमः। ॐ ह्रां ह्रौं शिवाय नमः। ॐ ह्रां ह्रौं शिवाय नमः। नमः। ॐ ह्रां ह्रौं शिवाय नमः। ॐ ह्रां नमः। We will now be entering into the Tattvachmanam, the ritualistic cleansing of the mouth. From the base of your palm, along with the mantra. Om Atmatattvam Shodhayami Swadha. Om Vidyatattvam Shodhayami Swadha. Om Shivatattvam Shodhayami Swadha. Wash your hands with an of water. Now with the tips of your right hand, index, middle and ring fingers touch above the upper lip and below the lower lip. The tips of your right hand, ring finger and thumb join together. Touch your right eye, right ear, left ear. Wash your hands with an of water. Left shoulder and your heart center. Wash your hands with an of water. We will now be entering into the sankalpa of whatever reality you want to manifest, whatever body, whatever mind you want to consciously manifest. परमशिव प्रीत्यर्थम श्री नित्यानंदेश्वरी परमशिव शक्ति समेत श्री नित्यानंदेश्वर पराम शुभदितौ पूर्ण आरोग्य युक्त दृढगात्र यौगिक शरीर सिद्ध्यर्थम परमशिव. Please wash your hands with an of water. You can now place your Panchapartams in a your side as we enter into the Nithyananda Yoga.
Nithyananda, before we begin, a quick reminder. Today's yoga practice is for general wellness and education only. Please listen to your body and practice within your own limits. If you have any injuries, medical conditions, or are pregnant, please consult your healthcare professional before practicing. If at any point you feel pain, dizziness, or discomfort, gently stop and rest. Tritiya Vinyasa Krama series, asanas 401 onwards. The first asana is Kshemasana, auspicious pose. So come seated in a comfortable position. Cross-legged in Siddhasana. Rest your elbows gently on your thighs. Interlace your fingers in front of your chest. Then lean your chin softly on top of your hands. Keep your spine long and relaxed, drawing on grounded posture. Holding the Parashamudra with your hands, interlacing the fingers. Samana Kumbhaka, inhaling deeply, visualizing heat flames rising up along the spine. As you chant the japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham internally.
Kshemasana.
Now we move on to the next asana, Kubjasana. So continue to remain seated in the cross-legged position. Inhale deeply to lengthen the spine. As you exhale, gently bend forward from the hips, drawing from the chin slowly towards your navel and consciously extending your spine. Let your shoulders gently rise as you try to crack the upper spine, separating each vertebrae, curving your upper back. Holding the Shambhavi Mudra with the eyes open, steady gaze, and Samana Kumbhaka, inhaling deeply, visualizing the heat flames rising up the spine, and Jalandhara Bandha, tucking the chin towards the chest firmly without straining the neck, and chanting the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Ubjasana. Nabho सिंहनादं होंचयन् एष कुब्जासनं तु.
Now we move on to Jaganya Charana, Griva, the dynamic movement neck rotations. So gently drop your chin. Now sitting comfortably, gently drop your chin towards your chest to begin the movement. Slowly and smoothly roll your neck in a full circle, moving ear to shoulder, back, and the other side. Keep your shoulders down and neck muscle relaxed throughout to avoid tension. Holding the Shambhavi Mudra, keeping the eyes open, steady gaze. Samana Kumbhaka, inhaling deeply, visualizing the heat flames rising up, clenching the perineum Mula Bandha, and Japas Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
जगन्य चरणासना. अनुलोम विधानाभ्यां चरणाग्रभमो भवेत्. दशधा चरण मुख्या जगन्यन्या स्मृता भुजे.
Now we move on to Jaganya Charana, Griva, the dynamic head tilt. So gently nod your chin down towards the chest to stretch the back of your neck. Slowly lift your chin up towards the ceiling to stretch the front of your neck. As you hold the Shambhavi Mudra Samana Kumbhaka Mula Bandha, Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
जगन्य चरणग्रीवा. अनुलोम विधानाभ्यां चरणाग्रभमो भवेत्. दशधा चरण मुख्या जगन्यन्या स्मृता भुजे.
Now we move on to Jaganya Charana Skanda, dynamic movement, shoulder rotations. So extend your arms out wide and bend the elbows and rotate your shoulders in slow circles, making both small and large rotations in each direction. Keep your core gently engaged and your upper body relaxed. As you hold the Shambhavi Mudra Samana Kumbhaka Mula Bandha Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
जगन्य चरण मणिबन्ध. अनुलोम विधानाभ्यां चरणाग्रभ्रमो भवेत्. दशधा चरण मुख्या जगन्यन्या स्मृता भुजे.
Next is Jaganya Charana Manibandha, dynamic movement, wrist rotations. So clench your hands into fist and extend your arms out wide in front. Rotate your wrists in large controlled circles to warm up the joints. Keep your elbows soft and avoid locking your elbows during this moment. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra Samana Kumbhaka Mula Bandha Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
जघन्य चरण स्कंद. अनुलोम विधानाभ्यां चरणाग्रभ्रमो भवेत्. दशधा चरण मुख्या जगन्यन्या स्मृता भुजे.
Next is Jaganya Charana Anguli Mula. So here, finger flexes. Stretch your fingers by pressing your hand with fingertips, pointing down, then up and away from you. Avoid moving too quickly or locking your elbows. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra Samana Kumbhaka Mula Bandha and Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
जगन्य चरण अंगुली मूला. अनुलोम विधानाभ्यां चरणाग्रभ्रमो भवेत्. दशधा चरण मुख्या जगन्यन्या स्मृता भुजे.
Now we move to Karuna Samdhigrahana, dynamic movement squeezing the wrist. So from a seated position, clasp your wrist with the opposite hand and gently squeeze and massage the inner joint, applying as much pressure as you can comfortably tolerate. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra Samana Kumbhaka Mula Bandha and Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
कारुण संधिग्रहण. बाहूचरणमागोक्तं चरणाग्रहणमेव च. पादस्य संधिग्रहणं करसन्धिस्तथैव च.
Next is Chandrasana. So start seated in a comfortable cross-legged position with your spine tall. Place one hand on the ground beside your hip and reach the opposite arm up and over to the side. Lengthen through your raised arm to stretch the side and ground your sitting bones evenly for stability. As
Chandrasana. तद्वत् पादचयं कृत्वा सुतलोऽन्योन्य संस्थितं चन्द्रैव एव कथितमिति तद्वत् पद्मासनवद् द्विगुणा पादद्वयं कृत्येवार्थः.
Now let's repeat the Chandrasana on the other side. Chandrasana Parshvantre.
तद्वत् पादचयं कृत्वा सुतान्योन्य संस्थितं चन्द्रैव एव कथितम् इति तद्वत् पद्मासनवद् द्विगुणा पादचयं कृत्येवार्थः.
Now slowly extend your legs in front of you as we move on to Jaganya Charana Anguli, dynamic movement toe flexions. Start seated with your legs extended straight in front and your spine tall. Clench your toes tightly, then extend and spread them wide to activate the foot muscles. Move your toes individually or together to increase flexibility and strength. Holding the Shambhavi Mudra Samana Kumbhaka Mulabandha Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
जगन्य चरणा अंगुली अनुलोम विधानाभ्यां चरणाग्रभ्रमो भवेत् दशधा चरण मुख्या जगन्यन्या स्मृता भुदे.
Next is Jaganya Charana Gulpa, dynamic movement, ankle rotations. So start with the legs extended, straight in front of you, and your spine tall. Lift your feet slightly off the ground and then begin to rotate your ankles in slow, controlled circles. Make both small and large rotations in each direction as you hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Samana Kumbhaka Mulabandha, and the Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
जगन्य चरणा बुद्धा अनुलोम विधानाभ्यां चरणाग्रभ्रमो भवेत् दशधा चरण मुख्या जगन्यन्या स्मृता भुदे.
Now come to a comfortable seated position. Clasp your knee with both the hands and gently squeeze and massage the inner joint, applying as much pressure as you can comfortably tolerate as we move on to Janu Samtigrahana, squeezing knee joints. As you hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Samana Kumbhaka, Mulabandha, Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
जानु संधिग्रहण बाहुचरणमावोक्तं चरणग्रहाणमेव च पादस्य संधिग्रहणं करसन्धिस्तथैव च.
Now let's move on to Gulpa Samtigrahana, squeezing ankle joints. From a seated position, clasp your ankle with both hands and gently squeeze and massage the inner joint, applying as much pressure as you can comfortably tolerate. Holding the Shambhavi Mudra Samana Kumbhaka Mula Bandha, Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
चरणग्रहाणमेव च पादस्य संधिग्रहणं करसन्धिस्तथैव च.
Next is Pada Samtigrahana. Clasp your foot with both hands and gently squeeze and massage the inner joint, applying as much pressure as you can comfortably tolerate. Holding the Shambhavi Mudra Samana Kumbhaka Mula Bandha, Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
पाद संधिग्रहण बाहुचरणमावोक्तं चरणग्रहाणमेव च पादस्य संधिग्रहणं करसन्धिस्तथैव च.
Now we move on to Balanatha Asana, Lord of Strength posture. Start seated with your legs extended straight in front of you and spine tall. Cross one foot on top of the other, hooking the top of the foot just above the toes around the outside of the bottom foot. Pull the hooked foot upward to engage the front part of your shin. Keep your fingers interlaced between your thighs at the groin for a deep stretch. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Samana Kumbhaka Mula Bandha, Japa Om, Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
अथ बालनाथासना
Balanatha Asana. So now repeating on the other side.
अथ बालनाथासना.
Now let us move on to the next asana, Karpati Asana. So start seated with the legs extended straight out in front of you and toes pointed upward. Bring your hands together in groin region for grounding. Keep your spine tall, core engaged, avoiding stressing your lower back. Paramashivoham.
अथ कर्पटियासना.
Now we move on to Mridu Parivritti. Start seated with the legs extended straight in front of you and your spine tall. Simultaneously, rotate your feet outward and inward and engage the ankle mobility. Press the back of your hands together in front of your chest with fingers pointing down and elbows raised high. Rotate your hands to open the palms upward. Keep the wrists and hands in contact as you hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Samana Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha and Japa Om, Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
मृदु परिवृत्ति. कटिं प्रसार्य नाभे हस्तांगुलिं मृदु बन्धनं परिवर्तयेत्.
Now we move on to Sharira Shuddhi Pravaraha, body purification flow. Start seated with your legs stretched forward and hands resting gently on your knees. Inhale sharply, sweeping the arms straight up to open your chest and shoulders wide. Exhale powerfully, lowering your arms to your chest height and pulling your elbows back. Inhale strongly, opening your fingers, toes and shoulders as you widen your eyes. Exhale fully, contracting your body strongly and releasing the tension on the next inhale. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Samana Kumbhaka Mula Bandha, Japa Om, Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
शरीर शुद्धि प्रवाह. पंचेन्द्रियाद्वारणं मर्मस्थले नियोजयेत्. पादप्रसारणं गुलि विकास संधि भाल संहातिः.
Now we move on to Samhrita Kutili Asana, gathered coil seat. Start seated with the knees bent, feet flat on the ground, spine tall for support. Bring your hands to your sides, relaxing your wrist and fingers comfortably, just core engaged and breath steadily for stability. Avoid tensing your arms or shoulders. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Samana Kumbhaka Mula Bandha, Japa.
संहृत कुली आसना. संक्लिष्ट पादसनं धृता बाहुबन्धनं शिथिलम्.
Now let's repeat the asana on the other side. Samhrita Kutili Asana, Parshvantre.
संक्लिष्ट पादासनं धृता बाहुबन्धनं शिथिलम्.
Now we move on to Urdhva Kati Pradana. Start seated with your legs extended, straight in front of you and spine tall. Bend one knee, drawing it inward towards your chest while gently pushing it back beyond your armpits to open the hip joints. Rotate the hip joint and increase mobility. As you hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Samana Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
ऊर्ध्वकति प्रदान संकुचितागतिं दृष्टोर्ध्वं प्रेरयेत्.
Now repeating on the other side, Urdhva Kati Pradana Parshvantre.
संकुचितागतिं दृष्टोर्ध्वं प्रेरयेत्.
Now we move on to Gala Pranayanyasa. So throat essence placement. Come to a kneeling position. Start seating on a kneeling position with your spine tall, knees hip wide apart for stability. Interlace your fingers and lift your arms overhead, keeping your to stretch while maintaining a straight spine. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra Samana Kumbhaka Mulabandha and Japa is Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
गल प्राणान्यास स्फुटस्थिरावृद्युक्ता शिरसद्गला गलगमार्गे प्राणारसं निक्षिपेत्.
Pravaha. Breath purification flow. Start standing with your feet hip width apart and spine straight for strong alignment. Lift your arms overhead and hold each opposite elbow with your hands. Keep your shoulders relaxed, arms active without lifting your shoulders. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra Samana Kumbhaka Mulabandha and Japa is Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Next, we move on to Skandha Parivritti, shoulder spins in Skandha Pravritti. Start standing with your feet hip width apart and spine tall for balance. Bend your elbows to place your fingertips firmly on your shoulders. Slowly rotate your shoulders in both small and large circles, moving in each direction. Keep your core gently engaged and upper body relaxed throughout the movement. Shambhavi Mudra Samana Kumbhaka Mulabandha and the Japa is Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
स्कंद परिवृत्ति.
The next asana is Jaganya Charana Prashtam. Dynamic movement, spinal rotations. So start standing with your hip width apart and spine tall for balance support. Place your hands on your hips or let them rest by your side naturally for comfort. Slowly rotate your upper body one side to the other, keeping your hips stable and facing forward. Engage your core and lengthen your spine as you hold the Shambhavi Mudra Samana Kumbhaka Mulabandha and the Japa is Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
जगन्य चरण पृष्ठम अनुलोम विधानाभ्याम चरणाग्रभ्रमो भवेत्. दशधा चरण मुख्या जगन्यन्यास्मृतेशंस.
So start standing, place your hands firmly on your hips to support your movement. Slowly rotate your hips in a controlled circular motion, moving in both clockwise and counterclockwise to bandha, and keep your knees soft and core engaged as you do these rotations.
जगन्य चरण कति अनुलोम विधानाभ्याम चरणाग्रभ्रमो भवेत्. दशदा चरण मुख्या जगन्यन्यास्मृताभुजे.
Relax. Now, Jaganya Charana Janu, the dynamic rotations, movement for the knee rotations. So start standing with your knees side by side and feet together. Slightly bend your legs, keeping your weight evenly distributed and spine tall. Rotate your knees in slow, controlled circle, chanting the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham internally.
Jaganya Charana Janu. Lomavidhanabhyam Charanagrabhamo Bhavet. Dashadha Charana Mukhya Jaganyanya Smrita Abhude.
Next, we move on to Shringari Pava Asana, the graceful foot pose. So, keeping it standing tall, raise one leg up. Standing up on one foot with your spine tall and the opposite leg lifted, bend. Keep the heels behind you and off the ground. Keep balance, raising the palms together in front of your chest. Engage your core gently to steady your hips and gaze forward for focus. Maintain even weight through the standing foot for stability. This is the graceful foot pose as you hold the Namaskar Mudra Samana Kumbhaka Mula Bandha Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Adha Shringari Pavasana.
Now let's repeat on the other.
Adha Shringari Pavasana.
Next we move on to Sthirasana, steady big toes pose. Start standing with your feet grounded beneath you. Let your hands rest naturally by your side and soften your shoulders away from your ears. Lengthen your spine and lift gently through the crown of your head. Maintain steady breath and calm. As you hold the Shambhavi Mudra Samana Kumbhaka Mula Bandha and Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Sthirangusthasana. Adha Sthirangusthasana.
Now we move on to Varapada Dhanasana, blessed auspicious feet pose. Rise up onto the tips of your toes to engage your calves and feet. Rotate intentionally into pronation onto the sides of the heels. Next, rotate into supination onto the inside of your feet and return to your toes, repeating controlled foot movements, making circular rotations clockwise and counterclockwise. Holding the Shambhavi Mudra Samana Kumbhaka Mula Bandha as you chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham internally.
Buddha Udaraskambhayoschaiva Dharanam Varapadayo.
Uttanatrayasana, three-type strike pose. So standing tall with the feet hip width apart and spine straight, make gentle fists with your hands, keeping your wrists aligned and strong. Take a deep breath in, gathering inner strength. On an exhale, strike your arms firmly against your thighs with your fist, then follow by striking the sides of your torso. Then your arms, using controlled force but avoiding injury. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra Samana Kumbhaka Mula Bandha Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Uttanatrayasana. Bahu Tadayet Uru Parshum Chadikam Mushtibahu Parshnidihi Bhumau Uttatrayanasanam Idam Trivadhatadam Iti.
Next, we move on to Punar Uttanasana, repeated rising pose. So begin standing tall with the feet shoulder width apart and toes tightly turned out. Engage your core, keep your chest lifted, slowly bend your knees and lower your hips down and back into a squat. Keeping your heels grounded, keep your spine long and your gaze forward. As you lower, press your knees gently outward to align with your toes. Then rise back up steadily by driving through the heels, engaging your glutes and thighs. So it's a dynamic movement where you're rising up and sitting down, squatting down. So rise up and squat down repeatedly as you hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Samana Kumbhaka Mula Bandha, and the Japa zone, Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
तले हस्तविधारिणं पुनरुत्थास्थवारयति यथाशक्त्या समाभ्यसेत्.
Next we move on to Balavat Chanu Nipatanaha. Forceful knee drop. Start standing with the feet hip width apart and spine straight. Take a deep breath in preparing your body. Exhale forcefully as you gently drop to a kneeling position. Bring your hands to hold each opposite elbow in front of your chest as you gather your inner power. Press the power downward through the knees and into the ground. Keep your spine tall and core engaged to maintain strength. As you hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Samana Kumbhaka Mula Bandha Japa Zone, Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
बलवज्जानु निपातना निःश्वास्य बलवत् पिपीत्या बलं गृहीत्वा निघातयेत्.
Abdominal stretch pose. So now start seated with one knee bent and foot flat on the ground. With the knee raised, with the other knee raised. Position the leg bent backward, resting the foot behind you on the ground. Place your hands on each respective knee. Inhale to lengthen your spine, and as you exhale, gently twist your upper body towards the raised knee. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra while withdrawing the senses. Bring your attention, repeat it, holding the Mula Bandha and chant the Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
उदराकर्षणासना उदरासनम् एवं पठितं द्वादसप्तदा चत्वारोऽत्र भवन्त्येव मह्यश्रामगुणैर्यथा.
Now repeating Udara Karshanasana on the other side.
उदराकर्षण पार्श्वान्तरे उदरासनमित्येवं पठितं द्वादसप्तदा चत्वारोऽत्र भवन्त्येव मह्यश्रामगुणैर्यथा.
Now we move on to Nageshasana, the Lord of Serpent's pose. So sit with both feet in front of you. Take your right arm and thread it through both legs, and then wrap your left arm around the raised left knee. Clasp your hands together around the left raised knee, keeping your chest close towards it. Maintain a tall spine and gently hug to deepen the embrace. Engage your core lightly and to support your lower back as you hold the Parashu Mudra, Pratyahara Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and the Japa Zone, Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Adha.
Now Nageshasana Parshvantre. Wrapping around the right leg and interlacing the fingers from underneath your left leg.
Nageshasana.
Asana, broken vessel pose. So start seated with your legs together, both feet touching, knees bent wide apart. Place your hands on the respective knees to support. Inhale to lengthen your spine, and then exhale as you lean forward. Lean your forehead all the way down to your heels. Keep your sitting bones rounded and avoid forcing the stretch. Maintain a gentle connection through your hands to guide the forward fold as you hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Pratyahara Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and Japa is Om Nithyananda.
भग्नपात्रासना अथ भग्नपात्रासना
Chatwari. So now extend one leg forward and fold the other leg and put the folded leg foot on the knee on top of the knee and just behind the knee. Place the outside of the ankle just outside onto the thigh, just above the knee for your extended leg. Keep your extended leg active and flex the foot as you lift your chest gently, maintaining your length in your spine. As you hold the Shambhavi Mudra Pratyahara Kumbhaka Mula Bandha. Now bend the extended leg to bring the foot flat on the ground. Keeping your spine tall, place both hands on the ground behind you for support. Now we move on to Vrijanusam Yogasana, heart-knee connection pose. Start seated with the chest, placing the knee in front of the side of your heart. Bend the other leg, placing the ankle in front of the perineum. Use your hands to lift and hold your foot firmly at the center of your chest. Keep your chest open and shoulders relaxed, maintaining a steady, grounded posture without collapsing the spine as you hold the Shambhavi Mudra Pratyahara Kumbhaka Mula Bandha and japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
योगासना एकस्य पार्श्वे उदसी जानुं निधाय अन्यत्र गुल्फं स्थापयित्वा हस्तेन धारयेत् भुजानसंयोगासनमिदं हृद्युजालक्लेदनम्.
Now we move on to Tusakayasana, husk pose. Start seated with both legs extended straight out in front of you and spine tall. Bring your palms together in front of your chest in Namaskara Mudra. Keep your extended leg active by pressing through the heel and maintain length in your spine. Hold the Namaskara Mudra with your hands as you hold the Pratyahara Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha and the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
अथ तुसकयासना.
Now moving on to Vakrasana way. Start seated with both legs extended straight out in front of you on your spine tall. Bend one right knee and place the sole of the right foot flat on the ground beside your left thigh. Reach your left arm to cross over your body, threading it between the torso and the right thigh to place your hands onto the right foot. Press gently into the foot as you twist your upper body towards the right, lengthening through the spine and gazing your back beyond your right shoulder. As you hold the Shambhavi Mudra Pratyahara Kumbhaka Mula Bandha and the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Now, inverted half Lord of Fishes pose. Now again, start seated with one leg extended and the other crossed over. Foot flat on the ground. Extend the arms opposite the raised knee over and across it, pressing gently while reaching towards the outside shin of the extended leg. Place the other hand behind you for balance. Twist the upper body and opening the chest towards the back. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Pratyahara Kumbhaka Mula Bandha, and the japa is Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
विपरीत अर्धमत्स्येन्द्रासना. विपरीत अर्धमत्स्येन्द्रासनं नाम पादमेकम् ऊर्ध्वं कृत्वा अपरं जानुनीन्यस्य पार्श्वे शिरो निवेशयेत्.
Next is Shankahasana, conch pose, Purvanga. Shankahasana Purvanga. Start seated with one leg extended straight out in front of you. Place the opposite foot on the upper inner thigh of the extended leg. Now of this extended right leg, then grip the same hand, try to bring as much as possible to come to the inner thigh or the opposite thigh, and hold on to the toes with your right hand. As you hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Pratyahara Kumbhaka, Mulabandha, and the Japas Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
शङ्खासन पूर्वाङ्ग पदं प्रसार्य परं कुञ्चयित्वा हस्तो न ते पूरयेत् रेचकेन पार्श्वे परिणाम्य पादतलं गृह्णीयात्.
Continuing to remain seated in the same position. Now bring your left hand to the left toe. So your left hand holding onto the left toe. Left hand to the left toe. Your right hand is behind you. Left hand holds on to the toe, right. As you turn towards your back, yes, that hands hold on to the toe. No, left hand holds on to the left toe. Yes, now turn back. Turn towards your back this side on your right side. As you hold the Shambhavi Mudra, some Pratyahara Kumbhaka, Mulabandha, Japas Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
दक्षिणहस्तो नतो पूरयेत् रेचकेन.
Next, from a seated position, extend your right chest upright and interlace your fingers at the navel center. Hold the Parashu Mudra with your hands, Pratyahara Kumbhaka with your breath, inhaling deeply and holding the breath while withdrawing the
वामसिद्धासना अथवा
Uttaranga, conch pose progression. In front of you, bring your right arm across your body to reach and hold the left foot. At the same time, extend your left hand to hold on to the left foot as well, creating a firm grip. Open your chest sideways towards the outside of the straight leg, lengthening your spine. Keep your twist controlled and your breath steady as you deepen the stretch. As you hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Pratyahara Kumbhaka, Mulabandha, and the japa is Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. So, Ma Omkar Niyama, the hand will come above your head. Your left hand will come above your head and hold on to the foot.
शङ्खहासन उत्तराङ्ग उभौ बाहु परिवर्त्य प्रसारितो पादं प्रसारयेत् प्रसारितपार्श्वे नीयता बन्धेन वृत्तिं कृत्वा शक्तिं प्रवर्तयेत्.
Relax. Now we move on to Dandasana way, the staff pose 2. So from a seated position, extended both legs straight out in front of you with the toes pointing upward. Bring your hands to your belly and interlace your fingers, your elbows relaxed down. Hold the Parashu Mudra, Pratyahara Kumbhaka, Mulabandha, and the Japas Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
दण्डासनाद्वे दण्डपार्श्वं च सिंहजं बन्धपिण्डं मयूरकम् एकपादं मयूरं च सन्मयूरं विहोच्यते.
Now we move on to Virasana Chatwari, Hero Pose 4. Start seated with one leg extended forward and your spine upright. Place your hands on the ground behind you with fingers pointing slightly outward to support your chest. Bend the opposite knee and place the outside edge of the ankle onto the thigh just above the knee of your extended leg. Keep your extended leg active and flex the foot as you lift your chest, gently maintaining length in your spine as you hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Pratyahara Kumbhaka. Inhale Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Atha Virasana.
Next we move on to Dakshinartha Padasana, Dakshinartha Padasana, right half foot pose. So now start seated with the knees bent and feet flat on the ground, keeping your spine tall. Place both hands on the ground behind you for support, fingers ankle comfortably outward. Lift one foot and place the outside of the ankle just below the opposite knee. So we are basically the opposite side. As you hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Pratyahara Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and the Japa is Om.
दक्षिणार्धपादासना अथ दक्षिणार्धपादासना.
Now we move on to Trijanusam Yogasana. Start seated with the spine tall, legs extended in front of you. Bend one knee and bring it too close to the chest, placing the knee in front of the side of your heart. Bend the other leg, placing the ankle in front of the perineum. Use your hands to lift and hold your foot firmly at the center of your chest. Keep your chest open, shoulders relaxed. As you hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Pratyahara Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and the Japa is Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Trijanusam Yogasana. एकसुखं स्थापयित्वा हस्तेन
Seated. Start seated with both legs extended straight out in front of you and spine tall. Bend one knee and bring the heel as close to your groin as possible. Bring your palms together in front of your chest in Namaskara Mudra. Keep the extended leg active by pressing through the heel and maintaining length in your spine. Hold the Namaskara Mudra, Pratyahara Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and the Japa is Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Start seated with both legs extended straight in front of you and your spine. Now bend your left knee and place the sole of your left foot on the ground beside your right thigh. Reach your right arm across your body, threading it between your torso and left thigh to place your hand onto the left foot. Press gently into the foot as you twist your upper body towards the left. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Pratyahara Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and the Japa is Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
asana.
Viparita Ardha Matsyendrasana. So start seated with the legs extended in front of you. Cross the other leg over the extended leg. Foot flat on the ground. Take the arm opposite the raised knee and extend it over and across, pressing against the knee. While keeping the arm straight, reach towards the outside shin of the extended leg with the arm. Place the other hand back, flat on the ground for balance. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Pratyahara Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
विपरीत अर्धमत्स्येन्द्रासना. विपरीत अर्धमत्स्येन्द्रासना नामा पादमेकम् ऊर्ध्वं कृत्वा अपरं जानुनीयस्य पार्श्वे शिरो निवेशये.
Now we move on to Shankahasana Purvanga Parshvantre, the conch pose preliminary repeated. In this asana, you're going to bring one leg extended in front of you, the right leg extended, and the left foot bent towards your inner thigh. Bring your left arm around and hold on to the left arm goes behind your back and holds on to the left toe. As you reach, extend it forward with the right hand to your right foot and turn towards your left side. As you hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Samana Pratyahara Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and the Japa is Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
शङ्खासन पूर्वाङ्ग परिणाम्य पादतलं गृह्णीयात्
Now we move on to Shankahasana, conch pose repeated. So start seated with one leg extended straight in front of you. Place your opposite foot on the upper inner thigh of the extended leg, creating a bent leg position. And then wrap your arms. So here with the right leg extended, it will come above your head. Yes. As you try to hold onto the right foot with both hands, one above your head. As you hold the Shambhavi Mudra Pratyahara Kumbhaka Mula Bandha Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
शङ्खहासन पदैकं प्रसारित्यनं त्यजित्वा दक्षिणहस्तौ पूरयेत् रेचिकेन पार्श्वे परिणामय पादतलं गृह्णीयात्
Now slowly come up as we move on to Dakshina Siddhasana. Accomplish pose to the right. From a seated position, extend your left leg out straight while keeping the right foot at the perineum. Keep the spine tall, chest upright, and interlace the fingers at the navel center as you hold the Parashamudra Braham.
दक्षिणसिद्धासन अथ दक्षिणसिद्धासनम्
Extended straight in front of you. Bring your right arm across your body to reach and hold the left foot, and at the same time extend your left hand to hold on to the left foot as well. So now Omkar Nima, looking down, you're turning towards the back, towards the door. Your face is turned towards the door, to the side, to Swamiji, basically, yes. And your left hand comes above your head. Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
शङ्खहासन उत्तराङ्ग उभौ बाहु परितुं कृत्वा शक्तिं प्रवर्तयेत्
Now we move on to Halaguptasanam, hooded serpent pose. So you can bring both feet together in front of you, bending your knees. Holding onto them gently with your hands. Keep your spine long as you inhale. As you exhale, lean forward and down from your hips, allowing your chest to reach forward towards the ground. Lower your forehead towards your feet to deepen the stretch. Keep your legs extended and engaged, but avoid locking your knees. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka, inhaling deeply through the nose. Hold the breath comfortably, then release through the nose. Hold the Mula Bandha and the Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
फनगुप्तासन द्विजासनमप्यत्रं कुक्कुटासनमुत्तमं फनगुप्तासनं चैव गरुडासनमेव च
Now, start seated with the soles of your feet together in front of you as we move on to the Avaghata Asana, impact pose. Slowly lean forward and down, bringing your forehead all the way to the ground with the heels extended further away than your head. Bring your palms together and straighten your arms above your head along the ground, locking the elbows and reaching further out. Keep your spine long and avoid rounding your lower back as you hold the Anjali Mudra with your hands, Sahaja Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and the Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
अवाघाटासन अथ अवागाढासना
Feet together and place your hands around the feet. Lift and pull the legs up towards your head. keeping your knees bent outward. Hold the position with a gentle hug to deepen the stretch. Hold the Parashumudra with your hands. Sahaja Kumbhaka with your breath. Mula Bandha and the Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
अथ मुनिहर्षासना
The feet are lifted. The feet are lifted. Yes. Hold them in front of your chest. Next, we move on to Achaleshwara Asana, the Lord of the immovable pose. Start seated with the soles of your feet together and place your hands around your feet. Lift and pull your legs up towards the head. Keeping knees bent outward, hold the position with a gentle hug to deepen the stretch. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra Sahaja Kumbhaka Mula Bandha Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
अथ अचलेश्वरा
Press the soles of the feet together, allowing your knee or bound angle shape. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra Sahaja Kumbhaka Mula Bandha Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
चन्द्रगर्भासना पार्श्वयोर्द्वौ करोन्यस्य शनैः पादौ पुरोन्यसेत् नमिलिताक्षयश्वासा मारुतं चन्द्रनाद्यं चालयेत्.
Next is Garbhasana. Start seated comfortably with your spine tall and hands resting gently beside your torso on the ground for support. Bend both knees and bring your feet towards your head, aiming to gently press the soles of the feet close to your forehead or top of the head. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra Sahaja Kumbhaka Mula Bandha Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
गर्भासना गर्भासनं नाम पादौ शिरसि संस्थाप्य हस्तौ चोरुङ्गयेत् भद्वानाभिं.
Now we move on to Ratnamasana Purvanga. So, raising your feet further high, holding with your hands. The jewel pose preliminary. Lift your feet above your head and hold with the hands. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra Sahaja Kumbhaka Mula Bandha and Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
रत्नमासन पूर्वांगा गुल्फयुग्मे भञ्जवेष्ट्या करमुद्रं समुन्नयेत् मूर्ध्नि स्थाप्य क्रोमपेत्या व्याह्यं समाचरेत्.
Now we move on to Ratnamasana, the jewel pose. So, remaining the same position, bringing your feet above the crown of your head, holding with the hands. During a full and a half breath cycle, hold the posture, tense your entire body in an empty lock in Mula Bandha, creating a firm, energized suspension. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra Sahaja Kumbhaka Mula Bandha Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
रत्नमासना चक्रग्रन्थे पादतले सममेव संयोज्य निःश्वस्वेगगुल्फौ शिरोन्धरेत् प्रदक्षिणेत्.
Next, we move on to Ratnamasana Uttaranga, the jewel pose progression. So start seated with the laying down with the legs extended. Carefully thread the backs of your knees over your shoulders, bringing your legs up so that your thighs rest on the shoulders. Firmly draw your big toes towards your ears, creating a deeper stretch and secure hold. With this position in place, practice empty breath extension, Kumbhaka, by holding your breath out steadily for 7 controlled cycles. As you hold the Shambhavi Mudra Sahaja Kumbhaka Mula Bandha, Japa as Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
पादाङ्गुष्ठयुगं धृतं प्रयोज्य
Relax. Now come to a seated position. As we move on to Sanatana Asana, bringing your feet together in front of you, knees spread wide and relax. Engage your core gently to support your posture. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra Sahaja Kumbhaka Mula Bandha, Japa as Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Sanandanasana, Atha Sanandanasana.
Now we are moving on to Nagarjanasana. Serpent Sage, Arjuna pose. So now sit seated in the same position. Cross your hands as you hold on to the opposite legs, opposite ankles. Placing hands on the opposite knees. Engage your core gently to support the posture. Sorry, you hold on to the opposite knees, not your ankles, I'm sorry. Hold on to the opposite knees. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra. Sahaja Kumbhaka Mula Bandha, Japa as Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Now we move on to Vanakhandi Asana, the separated limb pose. Start seated with the soles of the feet together in front of you, knees bent out wide. Keep your spine elongated, chest upright as you bring one heel close to the perineum and the other foot just in front of the opposite foot toe. Keep your hands and hold onto the opposite foot ankles. Maintain an even grounding. Maintain even grounding through your sitting bones for stability. As you hold the Shambhavi Mudra Sahaja Kumbhaka Mula Bandha and Japa as Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Next we move on to Prakati Pava Asana, spread foot pose. Here, start seated with your spine tall, legs extended, lift the left leg and hold the left ankle with your left elbow joint. Raising the leg upward, raise your right leg and place its foot on your left upper arm. And then catch hold of its toes with your left hand. Place your right hand on your right neck for support. Engage your core to maintain balance and keep your gaze. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra Sahaja Kumbhaka Mula Bandha Japa as Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
अथ प्रकृतिपवासना.
Now we move on to Vanakhandi Asana, the separated limbs pose, repeated on the other side. So this time, start with the soles of the feet together in front of you. Keep your spine elongated, chest upright, and bring one heel close to the perineum. So the last time if you brought the left heel closer first, now bring the right heel to the perineum and the left foot in front, or the opposite foot, whichever you did the previous time, to the opposite leg. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra Sahaja Kumbhaka Mula Bandha and Japa as Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham as you cross your hands and hold on to the opposite foot ankles in Vanakhandi Asana.
अथ वनखण्डियासना.
Now we move on to Prakati Bhava Asana, the spread foot pose repeated on the other side. This time, bring your right leg, lift your right leg and hold the right ankle with your right elbow. Raising your leg upward. Raise the left leg and place its foot on your right upper arm. Then catch hold of its toes with your right hand. Bring your left hand onto the left neck for support. Hold the Parashamudra, Sahaja Kumbhakam, Mula Bandha.
अथ प्रकृतिपवासना
Move on to Brahman Varnasana, Creator's Q pose. So start seated in Padmasana. Putting the right foot on the left thigh, left foot on the right thigh. Bind your hands in the Brahma Granthi Mudra, the knot of Brahma, by interlocking the fingers from the outside in and thumbs together facing upward. Lower your head gently downward in a controlled mindful movement, bringing your gaze towards the heart of the ground. With this posture established, focus your attention inward and meditate deeply upon the sound, upon the sacred symbol Om. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Kriti Shrestha Kumbhaka. Inhale with force, draw the breath up from the navel and bring it to the region of the heart. Then perform Udhyana, apply the Jalandhara Bandha. So basically, as you sit in this asana, you will be holding all the three bandhas, the Mahamudra Bandha, by clenching the muscles of the pelvic floor. Draw the abdomen in and up in Udhyana Bandha, as well as bringing the chin to the chest in Jalandhara Bandha. As you perform the Kriti Shrestha Kumbhaka, inhaling with the force, draw the breath upward from the navel and bring it to the region of the heart. Then perform the Udhyana and the Jalandhara. As you continue to chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham internally.
ब्रह्मनादवर्चनासनां नाम पादं सनस्तो हस्तौ ब्रह्मणग्रन्थिं बद्ध्वा मूर्ध्नि चोधान्मुखं कृत्वा ध्यायेद् ब्रह्मणवर्णम्.
So the hands are actually, you will interlace the fingers from outside in. Normally when we interlace the fingers, we put the, cross the fingers. Now do the opposite. Now as if, yes, Madhyasmana, you're right. So the fingers are coming from outside in. Now touch the thumbs together and the palms facing up. Interlacing the fingers. Yes, now let's move on to Garbhasana, the pride pose. Start seated comfortably with the legs crossed and then place each foot on opposite hips as in Padmasana. Rest your elbows gently as on your thighs. Interlace your fingers in front of your chest, letting your elbows and shoulders relax down. Keep your spine long and chest. Letting your elbows and shoulders relax. Hold the Parashamudra. Kriti Shrestha Kumbhaka. Inhaling with force, drawing the breath upward through the navel and bring it to the region of the heart. In holding the Mahamudra, Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
गर्भासना पद्मासनं समस्थाय हस्तौ वक्षसि संस्थितौ गर्भाविष्ट इव तिष्ठेत् गर्भासनमिदं स्मृतम्.
Now we move on to Swastikasana Pancha, auspicious pose 5. Start seated in Padmasana with your spine tall and shoulders relaxed. Place each hand beneath its respective thigh, sliding your palms down to rest underneath. Keep your fingers relaxed and palms flat against the floor or mat for gentle support. Maintain even steady breathing as you hold the posture. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra. Pratyahara Kumbhaka, inhaling deeply and holding your breath while withdrawing the senses. Hold the Mula Bandha, clenching the muscles of the pelvic floor as you continue to chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
स्वस्तिकासन पंच स्वस्तिकासनं प्रथमं हि गम्भीरासनं कृमुत्सनं मुकुर्मान्यानं फलं कर्षति हि कः पश्चिमतानम्.
Now we are moving on to Yoga Mudra Asana, the seal of yoga pose. Sitting in Padmasana with your spine taut, shoulders relaxed, lean your chest forward, bringing your forehead down onto the ground in front of you. Place the back of your hands on the ground beside you with the palms facing upward. Exhale and relax as deeply as you can, holding the Shambhavi Mudra, keeping the eyes open with steady gaze. Pratyahara Kumbhaka, inhaling deeply and hold your breath while withdrawing the senses. Clench your perineum and Mula Bandha, Japas Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Yoga Mudrasana करणी चित्रमासी योगमुद्रं विधूनम्.
Now we move on to Rirasanam. Rirasanam. Here, start seated in Padmasana with your spine taut, shoulders relaxed. Lean your upper body forward gently, maintaining length in your spine. Take the left arm and reach it behind your back, holding onto the right arm while bringing the right hand across the front of your body. Lower your head down towards the ground and aiming for a gentle, comfortable stretch. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Pratyahara Kumbhaka, Jalandhara Bandha by tucking the chin to the chest, and Japa Azum Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
रीरासनं रीरासनं तु विज्ञेयं कक्षासनम्.
Sanatana. Start seated in Padmasana with the spine tall and shoulders relaxed. Lean your upper body forward, resting your elbows gently on top of your thighs. Cup your hands at the sides of your chest, using them for leverage and support as you lean forward. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Pratyahara Kumbhaka Mula Bandha, Japas Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
कूर्मासनत्रिणी दण्डपार्श्वं च सहजं भण्डपिण्डं मयूरकम् एकपादं मयूरं च मयूरं विभोज्यते.
Now we are going to repeat Virasanam on the other side. Start seated in Padmasana with the spine tall, shoulders relaxed. Lean your upper body forward, gently maintaining length in your spine. Take the right arm to reach it behind your back, holding on to the left arm while bringing the left hand across the front of your body. Lower your head down towards the ground, aiming for a gentle, comfortable stretch. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
रीरासनं तु
Now we move on to Karma Kasana Chatwari. Start from a seated position. Place each foot onto the opposite thigh in Padmasana. Ensure your spine is tall and your hips are level. From this anchored seat, cross your hands and hold on to the opposite shoulders back and hold the Prana Mudra, Pratyahara Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
कार्मुकासन चत्वारि पद्मासनं समस्थस्य पुरतो गह्य पादयो दक्षिणं दक्षिणेनैव वामनं वामने पदा.
Now we are going to move to Tipakarasana, sideways split pose. So stand with your feet spread wide apart, extend your arms straight out to shoulder height. Lift your chest, lengthen your spine and keep your gaze forward. Breathe steady and distribute your weight evenly through both the feet. Avoid collapsing at the spine or hips. So it's not standing, it's sitting. So sit with the legs spread wide apart. In a side split, bring the palms in front of you, placing on the floor. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Rechaka Kumbhaka. In Rechaka Kumbhaka, you will exhale fully. Hold the breath out without inhaling while remaining steady and aware. Clench your perineum and Mula Bandha, and the japa is Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Tipakarasana. Asana kau guna sharira ko so jayi.
Now we move on to Para Asana. Supreme pose. Spread your legs wide apart to front and back side. Place your palms firmly on the thighs. Spine lengthened tall and chest open. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Rechaka Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and the japa is Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Parasana. Parasana kaugana asana kaugana chora siva ijayi. Pavana sarala bahe. Parasana kaugana gati va ijayi.
Now we move on to Pinda Mayurasana, the bound peacock pose on the ground, fingers pointing backward. Bring the elbows together at the navel. Slowly lift your entire body off the ground, keeping the legs and upper body parallel to ground. Bring the right leg over the top of your right shoulder and hold. Lift your chest and keep your gaze straight ahead. Breathe steadily and stay balanced. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Rechaka Kumbhaka, Mulabandha, Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. So you have one leg above your shoulder and the other leg extended behind. Resting your weight completely on your hands, the palms facing the back, and lift your body up the ground. As we move on to
Pinda Mayurasana. Ekam padam mayuragye prasari ekam mayuravat. Idam pinda mayurakyam sarvavyavidinashakam.
As we move on, we have the left leg extended front. Now shift to the right side. So the right foot in front of you, right leg in front of you, on the left behind you. Spread chest open. Keep breathing calmly as you hold the steady grounding posture. As you hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Rechaka Kumbhaka, Mulabandha, Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashi.
Chora siva ijayi.
Now we will repeat the Pinda Mayurasana, the bound peacock pose, with the other leg. So this time bringing the left leg above your shoulder and the right leg extended behind, with the palms, with the hands, elbows at the navel center, palms facing backwards. Lift your left foot above the shoulder, and you can do one leg at a time. So try to lift the left leg up first off the floor. Lean forward and then raise the right foot from behind. In Pinda Mayurasana.
Pinda Mayurasana. Ekam padam mayuragye prasari ekam mayuravat. idam pindamayurakyam sarvavyadinivashakam.
Slowly come down, pose. So stretch your legs sideways. Keep your chest and spine upright. Hands can rest on the ground in front as you hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Rechaka Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and Japa is Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Prasaritasana. पादद्वयं प्रसार्यत्य आत्मसुखं सुप्रसारितम्.
Now we move on to Uttana Padasana. Continuing to remain seated in the same position, bring your hands together in front of your chest in Namaskara Mudra. As you hold the Rechaka Kumbhaka, exhaling fully and holding the breath out. Clench your perineum in Mula Bandha, Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
उत्तानपादासना वासिष्ठमतकौण्डिन्यम् ऊर्ध्वकुक्कुटमेव च अष्टावक्रमतोत्थानं मयूरं सेतुबन्धनम् उत्तानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचं वीरभद्रकं गजराजं त्रिकोणं च सुप्ताङ्गष्ठप्रसारणे.
Now lean forward, holding onto the respective toes and bringing your forehead to the ground in front of you. In Upavishta Konasana, seated wide angle pose, Ananda Paramashivoham.
उपविष्टकोटे से
Seated position with both legs extended in front of you. Hold on to the opposite toes. As you fold your left leg and bring it towards the chest, hold your left leg and bring it towards the chest, and pull your left leg behind, left foot behind as you raise your right elbow. In Dhanurasana, Trini, hold the Prana Mudra, Pratyahara Kumbhaka, and Mula Bandha, Japa Om Nithya.
धनुरासनत्रिणि पादाङ्गुष्ठौ च पाणिभ्यां गृहीत्वा श्रवणावधि धनुराकर्षणं कृत्वा धनुरासनमुच्यते.
Now we move on to the next asana, Virasana Chatwari. Hero pose 4. Sit grounded, steady folded. The left leg rest across the top of the right thigh. Place your hands gently over your lap for support, keeping your chest lifted and your spine long. Relax your shoulders and breathe calmly, fixing your gaze soft at the nose tip. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Pratyahara Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, Japa Om.
वीरासनचत्वारि विगुणं पतितं पादं वामं दक्षिण उत्थितं कृत्वा न्योन्यस्थलं तु विपरीतम् अथ उच्यते.
Now we move on to Ekapadasana Dve. So sit upright with the right leg extended long. Gently lift the left leg upward and guiding it, the foot toward your shoulder or throat region. Then bring it behind your head. Bring your palms together at the chest in Namaskara Mudra. As you hold the Pratyahara Kumbhaka, inhaling deeply, holding your breath, while withdrawing the senses, clench your perineum in Mula Bandha as you chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
एकपादासनाद्वे एकपादमथो कन्ते उत्थाप्येकं च दण्डवत् करौ सम्पुटितौ कृत्वा एकपादं तदुच्यते.
Remaining in the same position, now bend your right knee, bringing And bring your hands together in Namaskara Mudra in Vamapada Shirshasana. As you hold the Pratyahara Kumbhaka Mulabandha Japas Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
परलावा दिकाना पादचय भागपेड़ चादवावा.
Now we move on to Ekapada Mayurasana. So come on to your hands with the palms pressed firmly on the ground. On the floor, fingers pointing back towards your body. Draw your elbows towards your navel and slowly lean forward, lifting your chest and extending your legs off the ground as you balance horizontally like a peacock. Bring the left leg over the top of the head and keep your breath even, chest strong, and your body light across the arms. As you hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Pratyahara Kumbhaka Mulabandha, and the japa is Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
सकलो रागान् आसुगुल्मोदरादिन् अभिभवति च दोषान् आसनं श्रीमयूरम्.
As we move on to Supta Trivikramasana. Come to a laying position, lay flat on the back with the shoulders and chest on anchored to the floor. Lift your left leg straight up, guiding it slowly towards your head until it reaches your ear. Hold the leg with both hands securely while keeping your spine long and chest. So laying down, bring one leg behind your neck. As you hold the Shambhavi Mudra Pratyahara Kumbhaka Mulabandha Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
गोमुखं च भारद्वाजं त्रिविक्रमम्.
Relax. Extending your legs as we move on to the last asana of the sequence, Shavasana Dve. Lay flat on your back with the legs stretched, arms soft by your side, palms open to the sky. Let your breath ease into its own rhythm. Shoulders settle, face relax. Holding the Shakti Chalana Mudra, focus on the Muladhara. Contract the perineum to rouse the dormant Kundalini. Forcefully draw the Apana Vayu upward with intent, holding the energy and intention firmly inward. Hold the Sahaja Kumbhaka Mula Bandha as you continue to chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
अथ चित्तविश्रान्तौ शवासनम् उत्तानमूर्ध्वाशयनं विधाय प्रसार्य पादौ करसम्पुटितं हृदि नासाग्रे आधाय दृशं स्वरं शिवं पृष्ठोति यन्त्रशवासनं हि तत् शवासनं हृदि कुपित्तवातग्रन्थिविभेदकं सर्वानसृञ्जयित् हतश्रमं योगिन् सौख्यदम्.
And slowly start wiggling your toes, your fingers side. Roll over to one side and come to a seated position. Congratulations, every one of you have completed the Tritiya Vinyasa Krama 1 series from 400 to 500 asanas. All of you did a wonderful job, and thank you all for joining. Hope you enjoyed the asanas, the Nithyananda Yoga with us. Now, if you are interested in learning more and getting a deeper offered in Kailasa, Guinea-Bissau, in Adi Kailash, Bengaluru, and in Kailasa, Tiruvannamalai, Bharat, /PSS. Let us now close the session by chanting the Purna Mantra. And then we offer our gratitude to Swamiji. So with your hands together in Atmanjali Mudra, let us chant. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tatsat Sarvam Bhagavat Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Padukarpanamastu. Om Swamiji's Atmamurti, and offer our gratitude for gifting us with the Nithyananda Yoga. Everyone for joining us today. We hope to see you again tomorrow, same time.